Hey everybody, welcome back to Median XL Sigma. Today we're doing something a little different. Um, I normally stick to one character per season, but there's just a lot of builds that I want to try out that I have gear for, so we're going to be starting a new build today. Today I'm going to be playing the Bowazon. I do have the full bow set here as well, so we'll probably move into the bow set. We need a decent amount of strength, 400 strength. Got a couple things sitting around here for it, so yeah, we're gonna hop right into it. I don't know what I'm gonna use to level or anything. I'm just gonna hop right into it and see how it goes. Let's see. You don't have any, but we can probably gamble one. Short bow requires level 2. That's fine. We need level 2 before we can use a bow skill anyways. So yeah, I am still obviously going to be playing my other characters. Going to do some 125s on the Claw Assassin fairly shortly. Let's put Bloodlust here and then this on Q. Throw Teleport on F as I do. So, still plan on playing all the other characters, don't worry about that. But I feel like leveling up a Bowazon today. That's what I wanted to play when I woke up, so here we are. We're gonna go through our usual stuff here. Hit level 2, get our skill, see how it goes. So, let's take a look at the bow tree. There's a bunch of skills on here, and I'm going to try them all out to see what I really enjoy, but we'll have to see. So we have to take Trinity Arrow here as our core skill, and I believe this is going to be our single target as well. As you can see, it converts 33.3 repeating % of damage to fire, cold, and lightning, so all of your physical damage gets split. Then up to 1300% total weapon damage at impact center, and it has bonus flat physical damage with bonus damage per base level. That's insane. That seems like it'll be a really good single target. So that's going to be our primary skill. I don't have arrows. I have to go buy arrows, actually. And that just got rid of my portal. Tracy, you should have arrows, right? Well, we'll go grab the waypoint, and then we'll run back from here. So let's see what Trinity Arrow looks like. Okay. So it does explode where I click. It does like a lobbing animation. We are gonna go Static Frenzy. It's just fantastic. Can't go wrong with the Static Frenzy. For leveling at least. Now, there's a couple other skills here on the list that I think are going to be pretty interesting. I looked over some of them. Some of these you should probably recognize as well. So the first one here, Phalanx. Projectile, summon a legion of deadly archers to attack enemies. It's 140% weapon damage with a 6-second cooldown. This is the one that the priestesses in Tranathala use. We've seen it tons, where it's a whole line of archers shows up and then shoots. And this looks like it lowers the cooldown by 0.6 per level. So I wonder how low you can get Phalanx down to with that. Barrage here is probably what we'll use for our clearing skill. So it's going to be 75% of 75% of our weapon damage converted to Tri-Ele. So it's 75% weapon damage, but it also converts 75% of that, 25% each, to the elements. So it's 25% physical and then each of the elements. So it does deal physical, which means we will leech off of this. Whereas this one converts all of it to elemental. I don't know if we can leech off of this one. We'll have to see how that goes. I'm not sure the difference between innate Ele and then conversion, because it's physical damage is what your leech is based off of usually. So barrage will probably be how we do our leeching and maybe phalanx. But barrage sounds like it's going to be storm of arrows in all directions around you. This will be a clearing skill, with Trinity Arrow being our single target. And then there's a couple other things here. Innate elemental damage. I don't know if that'll be useful unless we go for an Ele build. We're going to go for a physical conversion build first. But this gives Fizz Res and Pierce. Then there's Worm Shot here, which I think I've tried before and I wasn't a huge fan of. But we'll give it a try and see what I think. This increases the range of it, so we'll probably try Worm Shot. I do have a couple bows with some different build options, so we'll see how those turn out. I've never played a bow character in Median XL before. They're one of my favorite things to play in Vanilla D2, except Bowazons are awful. Oh yeah, we are going to need mana potions for sure. Let's go do that now. Not even that worried about HP, really. I'm more so just worried about mana potions. Should probably grab a belt, but I'll just try and pick one up here. So I don't know that we can leech with Trinity Arrow, which is going to be interesting for boss fights since we'll have to use Barrage on the boss to leech. So there might be some like back and forth with that. I don't know how that's going to work. This should be a fairly safe build though because it's ranged. When we start using a Static Frenzy, we're going to get a crap load of attack speed. So that'll make a pretty big difference as well for our clear speed, obviously. Barrage will likely be our go-to skill for a lot of clearing of the game. And then Trinity Arrow just for bosses. Also, this is going to be a deck stacking build as well. I might go a lot more into Vitality. Just because if we're going for a physical build, it won't be quite as important. Because with the innate elemental builds, we like our damage relies solely on just getting our decks like as high as possible, or whatever the innate elemental scaling stat is for that weapon. Got some move speed, that's nice. What was on this ring? All attributes? Okay, might as well, I guess. So we can put a point into Barrage here. We got another skill point here as well. So fires a storm of arrows. This is going to get flat bonus fire, cold, and lightning damage on it. We can also put points into meditation. I'll just max out meditation for now. We'll put Trinity Arrow on W for a single target, Barrage Q for our clearing. And let's see how we go. So let's see what the skill looks like. Okay. And then when you're looking to do single target, you can toss in some of those. Wonder if we can get extra projectiles on this. Gotta remember to Bloodlust as well. You guys know I'm terrible at making sure I keep that up. If you watch the Bowazon series anyways. So we are going to dump some points into strength here, because we will need it to start wearing gear, especially when we start going into our tiered uniques. I don't know exactly what tiered uniques I'm going to use yet, but we'll see what we're going to do when we get there. Without any bonus all skills, the duration on Bloodlust is just awful. So just gotta deal with that. Okay, so where's the waypoint though? Way down there. Our attack speed with Barrage is like pretty slow. I'll be excited to see what our speed is like with a Static Frenzy. I don't remember exactly what level we get a Static Frenzy at though. Let's take a look. So we put 1 point in here, bonus move speed. Level 20. So we got a bit of ways to go for that still. And I'll throw together the standard go-to rune words for belts and... Let me get stun locked here. Maybe better do some hit and run tactics for now like that. Sure, we'll throw that on. And we'll go to the underground passage. Getting a very high physical stat bow and just physical damage on our gear is going to be very important. Getting a good source of leech will also be important. What level do we get this at? 10, so we'll get that next level. So we'll try Phalanx out as well. a Static Frenzy and having Leech is going to make it so that we can keep attacking and get through some of these other encounters pretty quick. Let's go heal.
Order welcomes you.
And we'll go repair.
What can I do for you?
So, boots. These ones are 20 move speed, so I'm going to grab these because they're white. Ooh, that's actually a decent pair as well, so we can make our gloves and boots. And go grab a belt from Geed, hopefully. Just a basic sash. So I'll make my basic rune words here. Oh, I already had superior gloves. These ones are better, though, the physical res. I do have to cube this with a random jewel. Give it one socket. Tier 1 boots can't have more than one socket, so don't have to worry about that. And because I always mess this up, let's double check my rune words. So I'll pause this quick for you guys. Okay, so it's L rune for rainbow. No, it's not. Why did I just do that? It's Eth rune for rainbow. It is L rune for enlightenment gloves. And I'm just dumb. I can't even afford a... do this every time, guys. Every time. Okay, let's get rid of that. And let's... how much is a renewal? Oh my god. 10k. Every time, guys. We'll forget about the belt for now. We'll just put a L rune in the gloves for enlightenment to get our life and mana steal. Not mess that one up this time. And then the Ith rune will go into the boots for epicenter. I will just go ahead and figure that out later. So we have some leech now. So hopefully that goes a little better. Honestly, it's so little physical damage, I can't even tell the leech whether or not Trinity Arrow leeches or not. We want to go this way. But with meditation, we're good. We are level 10 now as well, which means we can try out Phalanx. This increases the damage on Barrage a ton, so we'll try that out. We'll put Phalanx on E, and we'll give it a shot. Let's get to a pack of enemies and see what the damage looks like. Yeah, compared to Barrage, this was obviously I have way more levels in Barrage as well. Get hit again, I just die. That was so sketchy. Might as well throw that on.
What a strange looking tree.
Let's find the waypoint. We won't bother with the tower. But this amulet, 2 to life. I mean, no reason not to wear it. And of course, I purposely don't have my loot filter on right now, just because I want to see everything for the time being.
Greetings.
And we want to do this because we really want the armor. Kara's robes is a fantastic starting armor for most characters. I can avoid going for any of the attack speed tiered uniques because I'm just not going to need them. With a static frenzy at level 20, I'll have all that covered for my attack speed, so it won't be that big of a deal. I will put a point here in balance now as well.
It's as if a great war were fought here.
Damage still has a ways to go, but it's getting there. So we'll get our Kara's robe.
Hello.
Fantastic. All attributes, life, elemental, resist. Very good stuff. Let's go check for a belt again.
Good to see you.
Good. And the Eth rune will go in there at level 15, not the L rune. Okay. Darkwood. Not gonna bother with tower. It'll be okay XP, I guess, if we wanted to, but... One of my favorite parts about a Static Frenzy is the passive upgrade that comes after it. Being that we get bonus maximum stamina per base level. And 25 is like, oh, it doesn't sound like much. You base have 25 stamina. So 1 point in it doubles your stamina. Which for just moving around, it's a huge, huge difference. Looks like Phalanx also not that great, really. We don't get this till level 20, and this is at 25. This is what we really care about, is the Pierce. And at level 30, we can try out Worm Shot. But the Barrage here is going to be our go-to skill for a lot of the game, I think. and then Trinity Arrow for our single target. Don't actually care about the Black Marsh waypoint, since I don't plan on doing normal tower. Remember, Bloodlust has given us 15% physical and 10% spell damage. So it's giving us, like, a decent chunk of bonus damage. So keeping that up at all times, it's going to become really, really important as time goes on. It's probably the best class skill in the entire game. There's a reason so many people like to use Bloodlust on kill procs when they can get it, because it's just free damage.
So, this is the site of Andariel's atrocities.
And it seems like the barrage goes off, like, where you were standing, not around you. So once I have much faster attack speed and I can, like, stutter step in between shots, I'll be able to, like, leave a wake of arrow barrages behind me, so running through enemies will be better. That's at level 20 as well. None of this stuff we can take because of devotions. Also, I don't know what we're going to do here, now that I think about it. Maybe Paragon? Because Curari's gonna be not good. I don't care about Curari. The max life on this would actually be pretty good. The fire, lightning, magic, and physical spell damage isn't going to do much of anything for us, as far as I know. But it would give us the Avenging Aura. I have a feeling that Paragon's 24 vitality per gem, and that's going to go up, is just going to be better. And then we can run max res gems in, like, a lot of our armor. Things are starting to get a little hairy. Let's actually... Well, first off, let's go buy some potions. But I want to go look for a better bow. See if I can get a... Yeah, these are, what, 2 to 3? Could do... Shark? Hold on. Weapons. It would be an Eld rune for a shark, which would be good. Let's check bows, though. Is there a low-level bow? There's a cold bow one for level 15 using an Eth rune. Chance to cast Abyss on striking, attack speed, move speed, max damage, cold damage, enhanced damage, cold spell damage, 5 cold absorb. We'll probably go for Banshee then, which means we want to get a jewel as well. I want to pick one up. They are both 2 to 3. Don't know, not really much of a difference other than that. We don't use quantity on our arrows, so that's fine. Yeah, okay. That up. Okay. So we'll keep our eyes out for a jewel. Getting level 20 for a static frenzy is going to be a very big deal. Because that's going to give us a crap ton of attack speed. And that's going to make this feel way smoother to play. Obviously, this character is not as ridiculous as the Claw Assassin. This is a lot more what you'd expect from an MXL leveling. The Claw Assassin and the Ritualist were both kind of nuts. But I have a feeling that once we get our tiered uniques set up and get all that going, that we'll be happy. Yeah, like our attack speed is just so slow. We are getting there on level 15. Level 15 will give us Rainbow, and it'll give us Banshee. Rune Words are a really good, cheap alternative to going tiered uniques at the start. The tiered uniques are usually going to end up being just way better than the early game Rune Words. Have to use jewels, can't use gems before a Rune Word. Yeah, our single target is like non-existent. Yeah, we're just not going to fight him. I'm curious if Barrage can shotgun at all. That might be an interesting thing to test. So would standing closer to enemies actually give us more damage, right? It looks like it might. So we are 14, we're one level off. Once we get the Rune Word, we'll be good. We'll be happy. Let's head on down to the next level. It's not good, but we'll put it on. It's something. We might occasionally see a Frost Nova proc. One more level. Come on. The slow is pretty brutal. I'm going to take a look at some low-level jewelry I may have as well, actually. Let's see what I have laying around. I have a Ring of Raga, which would be good. Some extra flat damage, strength, dex, and LE res. And I could throw a Hangman on. Although that's not really going to do too much for us. We'll put on an Angel Heart when we get there. That one looks okay. Actually, we could do a Scarab of Death. That might be pretty good. That'd give us lifesteal and flat life, but other than that, 9 dex on that one. It's a decent Athlas Oracle, so we'll probably use that one at 60. Let's just check through these quick. Okay. Just move these over. Probably put one of these, like, Crushing Blow jewels, since we have a whole bunch of them, into the bow. I'll grab another Eth rune as well. Go by, we're good for potions, actually. Let's see, actually, let's see if we can gamble a better bow base. Because we might be able to get longbows. Light crossbow might be better as well. We can get the composite bow. That one's definitely better. 4 to 7 base, yeah. It's a druid bow. Don't know that we can get an Amazon base bow yet. Doesn't look like it. You can get longbows though. This is probably better than a longbow though. How much is it to gamble? Yeah. Okay, we'll get rid of that. We will do a renewal on that one. Let's keep going. Need a little more money to buy a renewal so that we can do the rumor.
It's locked.
Yeah, we'll go buy some potions.
Greetings.
It's about to start getting better. Well. Forgot to throw a portal up. That's the sorceress armor? Yeah. So we are 15 now, which means we can throw an Eth rune into our belt for a rainbow, giving us some mana regen elemental res. Nothing crazy. It's mostly just for the elemental res, and the regen mana is fine.
This place is eerie.
The misshapen are not as bad as the I forget the name of the enemy. The guys that we were just fighting with the melee enemies, they have a crap ton of health and defense. So most of the enemies here are nowhere near as bad as them. This is actually a good layout for doing some Andy farming. This series will probably be significantly slower than the Claw Assassin, just because of the build being a slower build, but once we hit 120 and get a Static Frenzy, though, things should get a lot better. We could start putting points into Fire at Will, but I don't think it's really useful. I don't know how good the Phalanx really is going to be. I think we just keep putting points into Barrage for now, because that seems to be the best damage. That's going to mess with our mana, though. How much is Barrage at now? 14. Because so much of it is converted to... because so much of it is converted... Still not there. Not a lot of money around here. I'm not getting as much physical damage to leech from. So maybe some, like... I don't think Life on Striking works. Or maybe it would. I think Life on Striking only doesn't work when it's a spell. We're still using an attack, so it should still work.
Greetings.
So maybe we'll look into some Life on Striking as well as Leech, because if we're going to do the Triali build, we have to do that. We'll do Renewal. So we got just enhanced damage. We didn't get bonus attack rating like we see on this one, but it's still better damage. And we don't have any sockets in here. I don't know what the maximum sockets we can have is, but I will try for 3. Okay, max is 2. That's what I figured. So we will throw in a boulder here. 1% chance of crushing blow, 9 strength, and that. Just because, I mean, don't really have anything better to throw in. Not until we get to a higher level. Something like one of these, attack speed, cast speed, attack rating would also be pretty decent. But those are level 100. Try Ellie Pierce. Yeah. There are these ones at level 40 as well, but for now this will be fine. We'll do that and do that. We have Banshee, which is 1% chance to cast Abyss on striking. I guess we'll see what that does. Max damage based on character level. It's a total of 65 enhanced damage, or is that 85? By the way, the flat is 6 to 9, which is way better. The cold absorb as well, and the cold damage. So let's see, our barrage right now is 5 to 9 damage, and that puts it 13 to 28. So, yeah, this should be significantly better. Let's see. I think that cold effect spinning around, that might be Abyss. Yeah. And because Barrage strikes so many times, it's actually, like, really good for proccing. Those guys there are the ones I was talking about that are pretty ridiculous, though. Maybe went a little nuts. Mana's getting not great. We'll take a look at Abyss in a moment as well to see exactly what it does. I imagine it's just it's a cold spell, so flat cold damage in an AoE. Okay. This is also going to be one of those characters where the Cabrax's trophy is very good. And I do have a spare Cabrax's trophy laying around, so once we get a good or perfect Cabrax's charm, we can just, like, hop right into that to get that bonus damage. And in case you didn't know why that is, flat sources of damage that are not on your weapon add multiplicatively with the total damage, which is pretty insane, basically, is what you need to know. So... Oh, we are so dead. Somehow we are not dead. This is the upside of a bow build. She still got us with the meteors, but that was Andariel.
Well then. This maiden shall inflict no more.
So there's our catalyst. That and that both go in here. Get us some arcane crystals. Okay.
Order welcomes you.
Okay. Normal skull we'll get rid of. Let's go up here. If I'm gonna pop into here real quick, and then I'll hit my sort button. So the if at level 18 is gonna go into the boots to make an epicenter. We are 16, so we got a little bit longer to go. We're gonna spend our level. This is gonna keep getting the mana cost up to be a little bit much, but you can see like each point's getting us a decent amount of bonus damage. Okay, so physical damage 1 to 2. Putting points in will get us 1 to 3. So, okay. I can start putting some points into Trinity Arrow to get our single target up. Let's go hop over to Act 2. And that's going to be it for this one. Normally we get at least Act 2 done in the first part, but, I mean, this build's going to be a little bit slower. If you were curious about what we'll be using and the things I've been thinking about, obviously we have this set here, which is fantastic. The 5% chance to cast level 1 arrow on striking is a lot better than you would think. This is, like, it does have the tons of extra flat elemental damage as well as the physical. This is just, like, overall really good. That 13 to 25 on the chest, you see, like, oh, we got 25 to 50 on here. It's only 13 to 25. We gotta remember that 25 to 50 is additive with the total two-hand damage of the bow, whereas with this, it's a multiplicative with that. So that 13 to 25 is actually way more damage, usually. The rest of the set is pretty standard. At level 80, we'll swap over to this if we can have the strength for it. We need 680 dex and 400 strength, so I don't know, we'll see. Once we can get 335, we can put on these, though, which give us bonus strength and dex. And once we get these on, we should be able to equip the other two. At level 40, we have these. I forget what character I picked these up on, but these are pretty nice. Elemental Pierce, it's a bunch of procs, which will go off a ton with Barrage, and some extra flat elemental damage. That's fantastic. I picked up these as well. Those are for 60. These are level 40. So I can start using these at level 40 first. Both are okay. And we have some Sacred Uniques. So we have... this one is an innate elemental one. It does have +1 to Raven Familiar, which is the... I believe it's supposed to be the Sorceress Familiar skill, which gives 1 to all skill, I think is what that would be useful for. But the interesting thing here is the arrow on striking and the spiral dance on kill. I think the spiral dance on kill could look pretty cool for clearing. But this would obviously be an innate tri-elemental. So this would be deck stacking. We do, however, have this physical build, which seems pretty interesting to me. A ton of attack speed base on it, a ton of ED, like the flat physical damage on there, 247 to 381. That's really good. And the rapid worm shot, that's going to be our worm shot skill, but rapid, so it's going to fire, like we'll be able to fire it as like our primary clearing skill as opposed to firing it off and then standing around or using a different skill and then firing it off back and forth like that. And then there's these two other elemental options. This one's a physical one, but it does a lot of lightning stuff on it. It's very lightning and fizz focused. But it has Storm Blast on kill and Thunder Hammer on striking. Those are both Scepter, Lightnings on, Storms on skills. So I thought I might try out this bow as well as another physical option, just to try it out and see what it does. And then we have this one here as well, which seems kind of interesting. The 6% chance to cast level 60 Ice Lance on striking seems kind of crazy. This would give us a source of Cannot Be Frozen. And as you can see, it has Gematria. So we can put 6 Great or Elemental runes in here. I could put like 6 Ice runes in here, for example. And each one would give 10 Cold Pierce and 100 to 200 cold damage. So if we want to do a cold build, like, this thing would be nuts for it. So I got a bunch of bows here I'd love to try out. I got some Windrunners here as well. These would just be our go-to boots for the build. When we're doing a tri-elemental weapon, which this is the only one, then it won't do anything. It'll be I'll swap over to some other boots for that, but these will be our go-to boots. I just made these in guide for rune words if you're curious. That's up on the channel a couple days ago. Since I'm making them in the same day, but the backlog means that this is going to be going up way later. So these will be the go-to boots as well. Once we get level 100, I'll probably wear these until end game. I'll probably roll another one of these. They're relatively cheap. The stone runes I can farm up, like these 2 stone elemental runes I farmed up in like 20 minutes on my Bowazon, so they were like super easy to farm up. She clears out Taganzi like no one's business, so this can roll with a 1 to all skills, which is not like the most useful thing for a physical build, but we do still get added damage based on skill levels for a lot of our skills, so it is still useful. It is a little extra damage, but just wearing these alone is going to be crazy. The attack rating, flat life, flat damage, life steal, attack and move speed. It'll all be good stuff. So we'll probably try out the set, and then once we hit 100, we'll hop around and try these physical like hybrid options, and then I might try out the innate elemental option as well. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure exactly what I plan on doing yet. But yeah, that's what we have for the bow character setup so far. I did a little bit of grinding here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, consider subscribing. I'll catch you all in the next one. Hope you guys are as excited for this one as I am.